Hello, my name is Jean and I am a knitter. The shawl is finished. It is all the way done. I have buried the ends and I am blocking it and making a video about the process of blocking it. And that's actually making it take longer than I had thought it would. So I can't show you the shawl yet. It's coming. It's coming. But I was talking with my knitting buds on Sunday, and they were in awe of my counting chain because I have it incorporated. I'm using it as I knit this pair of socks for Mr. Bigfoot. Yes, size 12 triple E. It's not small. But I'm incorporating my counting chain as I knit, and we're going to go to a close-up, and then I will come back and talk to you about a little bit more about why I love it. So I'm ready to start, and I want to increment from row 8 to row 9. You can tell I'm on 8 because these are connected, just like you could tell if I were on 5 because I would be on the rings that are connected to 5. That ring isn't connected. So it's easier than you think to figure out which one you're on, because there is a solid bar connecting the number to the ring. So I just knit, 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 and now instead of just changing, which would keep me on row 8, I pick up the ring for row 9 and let the ring for row 8 fall off my needles, and then I keep knitting. Okay, so welcome to the world of B-roll. Oh, I'm getting better at editing little by little. But this counting chain has helped me so much because I don't need to let go of my knitting, and I don't have to count all of my repeat rows other than using the counting chain. I do a decrease, I knit 2 rows, I do a decrease, I knit 2 rows, I do a decrease, I knit 2 rows, and I have to do that decrease, knit 2 rows, 8 times, and I can't even tell you how many times I talked through it, much less how many times I have knit through it. So that's why I love my counting chain, because I don't have to get out a magnifying glass and find every single decrease row. I've counted them on my counting chain, and it makes my knitting easier and less stressful. And I actually tried several different kinds. I tried the kind that's just gold and silver rings, and I loved the idea, but when I sat down and actually tried to incorporate it, use it while I was knitting a sock, I ended up knitting the chain into my knitting, and I had to rip out or cut the chain, and I wasn't going to cut the chain, so I had to go back multiple rows to get my counting chain out from my knitting. And I felt kind of like a crochet person does when they're crocheting along and then they use a marker and it's not a split ring marker. you have to rip back or cut the marker out because it's incorporated into your crochet. I kept thinking, these things are good. These things are useful. These things will work. I just have to figure out what works for me. And the counting chain that has the numbers, beads with numbers on them, incorporated into the chain is the type that works for me. I can keep knitting, and I expect, I hope, that you will subscribe and keep knitting too.